midnight tour of the Walnut Hills, open 24 hours a day, traveling around the country to honor those we lost in Vietnam. Would you have been drafted in 1969? Here is how they were chosen to go over and defend our country against communism in the Vietnam War. If you have a loved one, there is an in memory program for those that died after they came home, but died because of their service in Vietnam. And this is the history of the draft. Pause to read. Again, the in memory program. Thousands suffered due to Agent Orange exposure, PTSD, and other illnesses as a result of their service. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Foundation believes all those who served in Vietnam should be honored and remembered for their service. The In Memory program allows the families and friends of those who came home and later died the opportunity to have them forever memorialized. This is a plaque that is dedicated to them and is placed in Washington, D.C. on the historical grounds and hallowed grounds. And their names are added to the In Memory Honor Roll. It's a big rainstorm that came through, but that doesn't stop the wall because so many that served in Vietnam fought through monsoons valiantly, losing their lives, losing their friends, and being forever changed by what they encountered. There is a Facebook group that you can join. And a testimony of those. You can hit this little button right here and it'll take you right to it. This is the local people who, from Jackson County, Indiana, who was lost. They do this everywhere they go. They honor the local heroes that were lost. And so those that come to the wall see the names of their loved ones, their friends, fathers, brothers, sisters. 8 females lost their lives in Vietnam. Of the 58,281, only 8 were women. The rest were young men in the prime of their life. May they never be forgotten. What was it like to serve in Vietnam? Nearly 3 million Americans served in country during the Vietnam War. A service member's experience was dependent on the branch of service, what years they served, where they were stationed in country, and many other factors. Displays here are some of the items worn and used by service members, examples of how they communicated home, and photos of in-country experiences. This is a brick from the Hotel Hilton, the prison where our prisoners of wars, one of them, were at. This is how they made the recordings to send home to their loved ones, so their families could hear their voices. And of course, you can't miss Bob Hope and Raquel Welch, who did many trips for USO tours. Vietnam is considered the helicopter war because it was the first time in U.S. history where that on a large scale helicopters were used, as were the smaller boats. Both the Army and the Navy used them. Let's move around. You can follow them so you know where they're going to be on these. Now we'll walk around the trailer and look at the memories and mementos that were left at the wall. These are the POW MIA bracelets. Life magazine, what it was like to be a POW's wife. Why was there a need for the memorial? Because of the sad state of affairs of the way our warriors were treated when they came home. They needed to be honored. They needed to be thanked for their service. And they needed to be welcomed home and not forgotten. This was a care package of a young man that his mother had sent Charles Stewart in 1972 that was returned to his family unopened because he had been killed by the time it reached Vietnam. This item was left at the wall in 1993 by a family friend. His mother never opened it, and it's set at their house. And here's the message that was given, and it was placed at the wall. 3 beers were left for a friend. A sweater for a young man left by his mother because she couldn't bear to bring his teddy bear. I miss throwing the baseball with you. You have been on my mind almost daily since June 9th, 1969. These are other countries that fought alongside us in Vietnam, and memorials that were left on their behalf. The continuing toll of the Vietnam War, those that made it home. But Agent Orange took them. those that served in my war, honoring those that served in Vietnam. Let's walk the wall 24 hours a day. It is here, lit up and honoring all of those that lost their lives. We'll start at the west end. They say rain is tears from heaven. It is very fitting to see all the teardrops from heaven on this beautiful wall. $58,281 lives and counting. Not all of them have been recovered. Some of them are still missing. If you get the chance, come see the wall. Again, this is the western half, which means it starts at 1968 and goes forward until it returns to the beginning. As you can see down here, we are at the end, 1975. And if you look up here, you can see 1959, where it began. There's already memorials left here. We will not disturb them. Each wall panel has a name down at the has a number down at the bottom to tell you which one it is, and there is a dot every 10 to tell you, so that it'll help you find the name. And you can go on their website or ask a volunteer to help you find it, to make an engraving or to honor someone you knew that served. This video will not do it justice. As a veteran, it's overwhelming to see so many brothers and sisters' name on a wall. Bless those who served and gave all. Starts at 1959 and continues from about right here. This is about the start of 1968, and it goes all the way down. Again, 1968 was the Tet Offensive. We lost so many during that year and all the other years. The very first panel of the wall encompasses 5 years. The second panel encompasses 5 months. The third panel of the wall, of the east wall, encompasses 5 weeks. And as you see, 1968. So, too many. If you'd like to make a donation while you're there, you can scan right there to donate. Looking back, if you get the opportunity, if you can't make it to DC to see the actual memorial, then definitely it's worth the trip to come and check out the traveling wall that heals. Thank you. Never forget the sacrifice of these brave men and women.